What's going on YouTube? It's Leon. We back again with another video, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all a few beginner footwork drills that you can do at your house or at a friend's house, anywhere. And all you're gonna need is some tape or maybe a pair of shoelaces, an old charger, because you just need to make a cross on the floor. But let's get straight into it. All right, so once you get either your tape or your shoelace or whatever you're gonna use, you just want to find a space in your room or your living room, wherever you're at, and then you just want to make like a cross section on the floor, just like this. And boom. Once you get your cross section on the floor, it should look something like this. Just you'll have four spaces to use, and this is where we're going to be practicing our footwork. All right, so once you have your tape on the floor, you'll notice that there's four different sections, and you want to put your front foot in that top left section and your back foot in that back right section. And then you want to shimmy both your feet until your front foot, your toes are almost on that middle line, and your heel should almost be on that back line. And what this does is it creates your center of balance, so that you're in a good fighting stance for whether you're blocking, you're throwing punches, you'll be balanced, and you'll just be really steady. And when you have your center of balance and your feet in the right position, the next thing you want to make sure is that your weight distribution is right. So it should be 60% on your back leg and 40% on your front leg. And that'll look something like this. You'll know that you have the right coordination is when your knees are bent a little bit, your butt is sort of like pointed out, and that's when you'll know you're in the right. Don't be afraid to like widen up a little bit, but don't be too wide. Should be just like shoulder length apart, maybe a little wider than that. But again, 60-40, and then you can go ahead and put your hands up like you're in your boxing stance. Now we can go ahead and get to the footwork drills since you have your stance all figured out. And the first one is we're just going to be moving forward and backward, forward and backward. So with any way that you're moving, it's always the foot that moves first is the direction that you're growing. So since we're moving forward, we're going to move our front foot first, and our back foot is going to follow. So if we move our front foot 3 inches, our back foot follows 3 inches. So 3 inches, 3 inches. Front foot, back foot. Front foot, back foot. Same thing when we're moving backwards. We're moving backwards, we move our back foot first, and our front foot follows. Back foot, front foot. 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. And when you get back to your center line, make sure that your feet are in that same position. Your toes are almost on the middle, and your heel is almost on the middle for your back foot. And that way you know you're keeping your balance right. Next drill, I'm going to be moving left and right. So the same rule applies. If you're moving left, your left foot moves forward. Since I'm an orthodox stance boxer, my left foot is in front. But say if I was southpaw, my right foot would be in front. So I would still move my left foot first because that's the direction that I'm moving. So when you move left, it's left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. When you move right, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. And with all these drills, once you get more comfortable with it, you can start picking up the pace. But make sure you feel comfortable with it before you start trying to rush into it, because you don't want to be crossing your feet or feeling like if you get too close, then just imagine you're moving. You move your front foot first and you're trying to move back and you get hit like this. It's not gonna end well for you. So like my coach always says, turn in your paper last. Just go slow, make sure you got all your form correct. Move slow with it until you feel like you're comfortable, and that's when you're gonna start picking up the pace. So for the next drill, we're gonna be combining that forward and backward movement with the left and right, and we're gonna be moving in a circle. So it's gonna look something like this. So basically what I just did there was I went forward, front foot, back foot forward. Then I went right foot, left foot, back foot, front foot, and then left foot, right foot. And then I repeated it. Front foot, right foot, left foot, back foot, front foot, left foot, right foot. Next drill we're going to be doing is practicing pivoting. So you want to get into your stance, 60-40, remember 60% on the back foot, 40% on the front foot. In this one, we're going to step forward, and then we're just going to pivot. In that pivoting motion, as soon as you step forward, you're essentially swinging your hips, and that carries your back foot around, so you're pivoting around. And we want to do that to all the four corners. Once you get the clockwise or pivoting to your right down, you can pivot the opposite direction. And for the next drill, we're going to be doing the first drill that we did, the forward and backward movement, but this time we're going to be throwing punches with it. So when you step forward, you're going to be throwing your one or your jab, and that's your lead hand. And it's going to be moving in sync with your front foot, just like this. And then your back foot's going to follow up with it. Now it's a little different when you're moving backwards, because when you move backwards, you don't immediately throw the punch when your foot lands. You wait until your foot lands, and right when it lands, you throw the punch. And it's the same thing when we're moving to the left and right. When you move to the left, you step to the left, your jab goes out with it. It's in sync. Same thing when you're pulling it back. So if you're throwing a jab, like, you want your jab to be pulling back just as fast as your foot sticks out. So now we can practice the jab moving to the left, and same thing when moving to the right. As you get more progressively better with this, you start mixing in combinations with it. Or just moving faster in general. That's going to be it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends. There's going to be more content like this. I'm going to start making more how-tos, because I feel like when I'm trying to teach it to somebody else, it sticks better, because I've only been boxing for around a month or three weeks now. And with that being said, peace out.